You had some hopes for press reform going back a long time. Did you get anywhere today, do you think?
Today, no, not at all. But I had no high hopes today. I mean, I thought that they would be briefed well enough to get through the questions from, frankly, hampered inquisitors, because they are dealing against a backdrop of a legal inquiry and other things. And so not many punches were landed, really, and I don't think any great progress was made.
But did you feel this was at least a big moment? Do you feel things are changing?
Well, I hope so. You know, I'm an optimist, and I think that if they don't change on the back of what's been happening over the past few weeks, so that we actually get a more accountable and responsible press, and one that's not capable of being accused of corruption and criminal acts, then I don't know when we are.
What has been, over the years, the effect on you and your family?
Oh, pretty massive. But I'm not here to whinge at all. But I mean, I chose to live abroad with my young children to get away from tabloid intrusion. And but this is much more a case not about people like myself who can move abroad, but it's about people who may be rolled over by the press unexpectedly in their lives. And it's a titanic force. I have the means to take any action I want against newspapers or other media outlets that overstep the mark. But what I really hope comes out of all of this is that not just News International, but other groups who've been resorting to the same methods, which I know they have been.
So it's not just them, just to be absolutely, you're absolutely sure about that?
I'm absolutely sure that there are other newspaper groups who are waiting for the spotlight to move to them. And I know that without a doubt. So the fact is that we may be looking at the Murdochs being put before an inquisition today, but my hope is that we can purge the whole system, not control the press in a way they can't do the responsible job of proper journalism, such as the journalism that's unearthed what's been going on and brought us to this stage in this process, but which can make the press accountable for their actions and less likely to overstep the mark.
But did you feel, when you were watching this today, did you feel any sympathy at all for Rupert Murdoch?
I always feel sorry for a man who's well past his, past his prime and who's obviously struggling at times. I had to keep reminding myself that this is a man who has actually taken large swathes of the British media down a certain route and has, not, as a result, done things that are not great.
What do you think of the implications for David Cameron of this? Because it touches him in various ways too.
I know very little about this, the political side. But I imagine anyone who's touched by these implications in a meaningful way will have a lot to answer for. You see, what's very exciting for me, as somebody who's been sitting on the sidelines and has been an occasional tabloid punchbag, but I'm not seeing this as an individual on that basis. What's exciting for me is that I think everyone gets it now. There's been this sort of guilty little secret among politicians and newspaper proprietors and a lot of celebrities and others that this goes on. This sort of phone hacking, whatever, and worse, a purloining of medical records, etc. And it's only now that it's become a major issue because of the absolutely obscene acts, such as hacking into a murdered girl's telephone, Millie Dowler. These have taken it into a different arena, and I hope that we'll all walk out of this in 2 or 3 years' time with a more responsible press.